As the first season of Andor comes to a close, viewers may begin to look forward to the upcoming Star Wars shows. 3 years after Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Disney Plus's Star Wars shows have become the primary source for Star Wars stories for both newcomers and longtime fans. Whether it's live-action shows like The Mandalorian or animated series like Star Wars: The Bad Batch, Star Wars has found the consistency that the movies are struggling to find on television. While The Mandalorian was the foundation for the success of Star Wars TV on Disney Plus, not every Star Wars TV show released after Andor is part of the Mandoverse. Well, what do we know of these shows? How do they compare to Andor? Stay tuned as we run down a list of the 8 shows Star Wars will air after Andor. Before we delve into 8 shows, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to get notifications of more content like this in the future. With that said, let's get down to the show. First, we have Star Wars: The Bad Batch Season 2. Although the second season of The Bad Batch will arrive a little later than was initially anticipated, fans will only have a little longer to wait because the premiere of the Star Wars: The Bad Batch will take place on January 4th, 2023. After the events of the first season, during which Kamino was obliterated, The Bad Batch is back for more adventures in a galaxy that has been completely subjugated by the Empire. D. Bradley Baker, who provides the voice of every single male clone in the Star Wars animated shows, reprises his roles as Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Echo, and Crosshair, now a member of the Imperial military. In addition, Michelle Ang, who provided the voice of Omega's female counterpart, is back. The second season of The Bad Batch features a much larger cast of characters, including Palpatine and Gungi, and appears to have a much broader narrative scope. Moving on at number 2, The Mandalorian Season 3. The Mandalorian, which debuted as the first live-action Star Wars television show and served as Disney Plus' flagship offering, will return for its third season in February 2023. Din Djarin and Grogu are set to return in what is shaping to be The Mandalorian's most epic season. They previously stole the spotlight in the second half of the Book of Boba Fett. What began as the straightforward adventure of a Mandalorian bounty hunter has since developed into a sprawling Star Wars saga that includes several distinct Mandalorian factions, former Imperial forces, and even Jedi. Even though Grogu has decided to live with the Mandalorian rather than train with Luke, things will be challenging for the galaxy's favorite duo as long as Din is in charge of Mandalore. Following that, at number 3, Star Wars Visions Season 2. Even though it's not part of the official Star Wars canon, the anthology animated series Star Wars Visions is easily one of the most original Star Wars releases in recent memory. Lucasfilm and 7 of Japan's best anime studios established anew, such as Geno Studio and Studio Trigger, collaborated on the production of the first season of Visions. Although the first episode of the first seasons of Visions, titled The Duel, is being added to the Star Wars canon because it was adapted into a manga, it is difficult to say whether any of the other episodes will receive some continuation. The second season of Star Wars Visions will feature animated studios from Japan and worldwide when it premieres in the spring of 2023. Next, at number 4, Ahsoka. Ahsoka will have her own show in Ahsoka, a live-action Disney Plus series that builds off The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. Ahsoka will receive this show after leaving a significant legacy in the Star Wars universe. Because the events of Star Wars Rebels and the Mandoverse have been intertwined, it is anticipated that Ahsoka will be a significant turning point not only for the character but also for the Star Wars galaxy as a whole. Ahsoka will also feature live-action adaptations of Star Wars Rebels characters Sabine Wren, Cara Syndulla, and Chopper. All of these characters first appeared in Star Wars Rebels. Ahsoka's primary storyline will likely revolve around her search for Ezra and Thrawn, as was hinted at in The Mandalorian. At this time, there's no scheduled release date for Ahsoka. Moving on at number 5, Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew, announced in May 2022, will take place in a galaxy after the events of Return of the Jedi and will follow a group of children as they try to locate their way back home. Jude Law, whose role in Skeleton Crew has not been specified, has joined this younger cast of characters as a new addition. Even though not much of the series has been shown so far, Skeleton Crew will be a part of the Mandoverse, which refers to the Star Wars shows that take place during the same period as The Mandalorian. John Watts, who helmed the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Spider-Man Homecoming trilogy and will serve as executive producer and writer for Skeleton Crew, is the one who initially presented Favreau with the idea for the show. At this time, there's no scheduled release date for Skeleton Crew. At number 6, The Acolyte. The Acolyte, which began production at the tail end of 2022 but has yet to set a date for its debut, is considered one of the most exciting new Star Wars projects. The Acolyte is being billed as a mystery thriller and will take place in the final years of the High Republic. It will follow a former Padawan as she reunites with her Jedi Master amid a string of crimes that are somehow connected with strange forces. A live-action Star Wars show that takes place in the High Republic cannot possibly be more exciting at a time when the majority of Star Wars shows take place in established periods such as the Age of the Empire and the galaxy after the Return of the Jedi. Following that, Lando is ranked at number 7. Since it was announced that Donald Glover would star in Lando's show that would be a spin-off from Solo, a Star Wars story 2 years ago, not much has been heard about the project since then. However, neither Donald Glover nor Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, has ever commented on the possibility that the show will no longer be produced. Kennedy has stated via Cinema Blend that the busy schedule Glover maintains is the reason why the production of Lando is taking so long. Donald Glover provided another recent Lando update in March of 2022. During an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, Donald Glover joked that he would not answer a question regarding the Star Wars project. Now that the events in Atlanta have come to a close, the Lando series may begin production. Finally, our last ranked show is Young Jedi Adventures. Young Jedi Adventures was first announced at the beginning of 2022, and it's anticipated to debut on Disney Plus and Disney Junior in the spring of 2023. The Star Wars animated show for younger audiences will follow the Jedi training of younglings as they learn the ways of the Force. The show is aimed at younger audiences because it's animated. Young Jedi Adventures will likely be the first Star Wars canon show in the High Republic if it's indeed canon. The Young Jedi Adventures television series will take place in the High Republic. Even though the Star Wars galaxy had already been introduced in Tales of the Jedi before the events of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the High Republic has not yet made its debut on television. What are your thoughts about our video? Is there any show that you would like us to add on the list? Please let us know in the comment section below. So that brings us to the end of our video for today. I sincerely hope you had a good time. Please like and subscribe so that we can keep you updated on new videos. Thank you for your time.